Welcome to this new episode of the Pass the EQE video course. Today I would like to briefly introduce paper B to you, and without further ado we just get started. Let's start with some hard facts first. Paper B requires candidates to prepare a reply to an official letter in which prior art has been cited. That is the official statement of the examination committee, and it explains already what you have to do. In a nutshell, you have to respond to a kind of an examination report by drafting a new claim set and the reply itself. You will have 3 hours time to solve paper B, and please note this is half an hour less than you have for paper A. And again, you need 50% of the points to pass. As I explained already for paper A, there will be only one version of paper B from 2017 on. This is especially important when you use the old exams to prepare yourself, because in the past there have been 2 versions of paper B, one for chemists and one for mechanics. However, this has been changed now and introduced some new problems, as I think, and that I have explained a bit more in detail in my other introduction video to paper A. So please have a look at this video if you need more background information to that. What documents you will get in paper B? Well, 1 patent application, 2 prior art documents, 1 communication, 1 letter from the applicant, including a new set of claims. And in the letter, the applicant will explain to you how he sees the communication by the examiner and also the prior art documents. And when you look at the number of the documents you get here, you can tell immediately that's a significant higher number than the papers or documents you get for paper A. And you can appreciate that, together with the fact that you have half an hour less to finish paper B, that the time constraint is rising in paper B already. And regarding the new claim set, which I just mentioned, I want to point out that this claim set is on one hand already quite a good claim set, quite a decent claim set, which should be used really as a basis for your claims to be drafted. So actually the claim drafting is more an amending of the existing claim set and not so much drafting the claims from scratch. On the other hand, normally this claim set has still some significant deficits, which you will need to find and by amendment to solve. Let's have a look on the points you can get generally. So about 30% of the points are awarded for the new claim set, and 70% of the points are awarded to the reply to the office letter. And that leads to a kind of misproportion between the time you need to spend and the points which can be gained, because you will more or less spend more than half of the time to get the correct claim set done, whereas you will have less than half of the time to write then to draft the final reply, although the reply actually in the end, as we just learned, gives you 70% of the points. But still you need to put some effort in drafting a correct claim set, because of course the claim set is kind of the basis for you in drafting a decent reply. And therefore you have to spend some time on the claims, and as I said, it will be more or less more than half an hour. So how do you do that? I will explain to you some steps, how I see it and how you have to go to get to the solution. So in general, you can divide paper B in 2 phases. One phase I call the variable phase, wherein you analyze the documents and create the new claim set, and which is kind of very similar to what you have to do in part A actually. And you can use the same tools for that phase. And then in the second kind of constant phase, you then have to reply to the office action and focus on the different points or items like summary of the prior art, basis for the amendments you introduce to the claims, clarity of the claims, unity of the claims, novelty and inventive step of the claims. Okay, and for that, of course, you really should use some template text and checklists, as I always recommend. And here especially because, as I said, you will have less time to do this, and you get a lot of points by just, following the normal way of drafting of such a reply, as it's always done in paper B. And that also explains why I call it like the variable phase and the constant phase. The variable phase is really the phase where you have to adapt to the specific case, and you cannot prepare so much for it. Of course, you can prepare with some tools and some analyst table, but you cannot really prepare by template text. Whereas in the constant phase, as I said, by checklists and template text, you can do a lot of the work already. Of course, you still have to adapt this text to the specific case, but I mean, if you have a template already, how to write a summary, how to write a good basis for amendments, and so on, you are pretty fast in then writing the reply draft. And that's it for this episode already. I hope you liked it. In the next episode, I will explain in more detail how to solve paper B. Bye bye and good luck with your preparation for the EQE.